to ensure that the kind of content that is produced is quality music that can sell, quality music that promotes values, quality music that speaks about our cultures, and quality music that will create market for our people. Because most of the times when people sing just for the sake of it, it may look sensational, it may look interesting and impress some certain clique of people, but the business of music is really to treat it as a property that you want to sell to a targeted audience. And the question that we are now trying to raise with our musicians, what kind of music makes money? How come Tanzania is making more money than Kenya in terms of music? How come we are bringing Diamond Platinum to Kenya and paying in millions, and we are not paying our local artists the same? How come there's not much as much activity in support of musicians in Kenya as there is in other countries, including our neighbors here in Tanzania? And the question has been, sometimes the standards of our music run counter to the market. And if you look at any brand, big brands like Safaricom, even government institutions, nobody would want to associate with profanity and obscenity. So first of all, when you are producing, you need to know who is your target audience. Who are you? Who do you want to inform, to educate, to entertain through your music? Because it's not just for entertainment. And therefore compose songs that are going to ensure that that market is happy about you. They embrace you. If it's the government, they embrace you. If it is the churches, they embrace you. If it is the young people, they embrace you. If it's the old people, they embrace you. And the message must resonate with your audience, whatever audience it is. But like I've said, if you are really concerned about your target audience, then you must give them productions and music that they can use to market their products, where big brands can associate with, and they will not feel ashamed. Hii iko na lugha mbaya, hii wimbo haifai, and they will feel comfortable when they are consuming the product. So what we are doing right now is to raise awareness, is to have meetings through our regional offices across the country to say we need to have a conversation. This conversation should be about the sellability and the quality of our music. How can we take it to the next level? And it's not to say that we don't have quality music, by the way. We have good music. Look at South Soul, one of the best bands in Africa. Look at some of the production that we have in this country. Some of our musicians, they're top-notch. It's not to say that we are not producing, but you can't just sit as an organization, as a CMO, and just, say where we are is the best. We must look ahead and say in another 5 years, in another 10 years, what kind of music is going to be dominating the world, and how can we ensure that we get a share of the market audience, or the continental audience, the East African audience? How can we make sure that we're able to sell our music in those areas, so that we take music like a product that you are taking to the market, and this market is the audience who is listening to you. So if you give the market good things, they will embrace you. If you give the market quality, they will embrace you. If your market, you resonate with the market, they will embrace you. And I think this is the encouragement we need to give our musicians. But of course, there's been the challenge of having a lot of piracy and quick fixes. Wanting quick to make money quickly. So there's no much thinking, no research. And we're encouraging our musicians to know that there's so much they can write about, they can sing about, that music is not just about profanity or sex. There's a lot that we can do in promoting even moral values, in speaking about the issues that affect our country and where the country is going. There's a lot we can say. If you look at musicians, the likes of David Amunga, the likes of Joseph Kamaru, the musicians of Yo, they were loved by society because they took time to speak about issues that affect society. And their music inspired hope. Their music was based on issues that people resonate with. This is what we are hoping our musicians can do. Because if they do so, then we increase the market. Also, what language do you use when you are singing? What kind of genre of music that is selling? How do we make co-productions with musicians from other countries? And you mentioned the CS. during the meeting, the national creatives, he was very very vocal about this issue of creating collaboration between Kenya and South Africa, for instance, and ensuring that our musicians can also link with those countries to produce together, because those kind of co-productions will go a long way in encouraging a situation where this music is not only seen as Kenyan music, but seen as African and speaking to an African audience. Those kind of things require leadership. They require research. They require understanding of the laws governing also the business of music. Because again, that's where there is a big problem. That most of our musicians, they are talented in singing, but they do not understand the business of copyright and the business of music. So where is the money? How do you use technology? How do you leverage on technology to make money? How can MCSK, for example, defend their rights and monetize on some of these platforms for them to make money and become rich, so that our musicians do not continue to languish in poverty when they are entertaining us for years, the way it has happened with the great entertainers like Ojuang and others. So these are the conversations we are creating to ensure that our musicians understand that they are vehicles for promoting good messages, for selling hope, for creating unity, and they can be used in so many other campaigns, including the issues affecting society, teenage pregnancy, FGM issues, and all these issues that the government is grappling with. They can send those messages in a way that is entertaining and in a way that this message resonates with the audience, for them to reflect on the kind of life that they are living and bring change. So they can be engines for socio-economic transformation. They can be engines for socio-cultural transformation, and they can sing their songs to make society better, not to destroy society.